All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Sim500 Dirt Division. Tonight, Pro Late Models at Volusia, round number 18. So only about 3 races left in this series. And quick look at our overall points, because these guys combined both this Pro Late Model series with their 360 Wing Sprint Car series to come up with an overall champion, and Ryan Bueller about 178 points, 180 points ahead of Nick Cohan in the overall. Drop weeks have not started to kick in yet. They have a couple apiece. Billy Rowley in third, Josh Gerlach and Nick Shamborn in the top 5. And a quick look at this division right here. Ryan Bueller atop the points by a scant 62 points right now. Billy Rowley right behind. Drop week's going to start to come into play for these guys, and that is going to shift things around just a little bit. Nick Shamborn, Nick Cohan, and Reed Rundle are your top 5, along with Bueller and Rowley in that division. And looking at the 360s, Ryan Bueller once again on top. So the guy's leading everything right now. That's why he's the overall leader. He's got a 2-point advantage over Shea Paulo in that division. And once the drops start coming in, I think they said Shea Paulo will move to the top by just a handful of points. So Josh Gerlach in third, Nick Cohan and Billy Rowley, the top 5 there. So you hear a lot of familiar names: Bueller, Cohan, Rowley in all 3. That's why those guys are in that top 3 in the overall points. So every race counting. Points battle super tight, so each position on the track matters. About 4 minutes and 35 seconds, give or take there. 28, 30, 31 cars now checked into the pits as the driver's list is expanding, as practice is starting to wind out. Everybody going to be out on the track taking a little bit of time. They'll get ready for qualifying. Once they get ready to move on, we'll do our pre-race ceremonies as usual. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Thanks for spending Tuesday evening with us. Hope you enjoy the races tonight. Don't forget, if you're on Facebook, go by the Dirt Racing Network page, like, share, and follow. And if you're on YouTube or Twitch, hit that subscribe button. You'll know every single time we go live. A little bit of a light week for us here this week. The Dirt Slinger's off this week, so we did our 3 on Sunday, our 1 tonight, and that's probably going to wrap it up for us for the week. But next week we will be right back to 8 shows over the 5 nights, and things will start to get back to normal around here. A lot of different things happening already in talks, maybe to do this group for next season. So we might see the Sim500 guys back after the first of the year here. Don't know how long a break they're going to take, but I think it's going to be a few weeks. So be excited to have them back. Always great racing with these guys. A big shout out to all of our partners: Wicked Cushion Esports, Wicked Energy Gum, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, and everybody that helps support Dirt Racing Network. We can't do it without you guys, and we appreciate every single one of you. I don't know if Tim's watching or not, but if you are, Tim Nichols, hello, buddy. I didn't get a chance to call you today, but I'm definitely going to get time to call you tomorrow. I'm going to carve out a few minutes to at least call and talk to you. A lot going on. Drivers in their pre-race drivers meeting right now. Like I said, 31 of these guys in here, and they will be running to try to get into that 30-lap feature. And we are only taking 24, so 7 cars will be going home. Each heat race, top 3 transfer. And then we'll take anywhere from 3 to 6 out of each of our B mains to fill in that 24-car field. All of our heat races 10 laps, and all of our B mains 15. So a lot of laps, a lot of action. Just about ready to go to our pre-race ceremonies here. Drivers meeting about to wrap up. Give everybody a chance to get back to their area, and we will turn it over to public dress and get your invocation and your national anthem out of the way.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, so you couldn't hear me. Well, that might have been a good thing for all of you. Whoops, wrong button there. All right, next time around, Paulo on the pole, Hessen to the outside. Then it's Miller and Davis in row 2, Zegers and Hinker in row 3, and Doug Sigmund in that fourth and final row by himself. Like I said a second ago, 5 heat races, 7 in the first one, 4 in each of the subsequent heats. We'll get 15 drivers qualified to the A main. From there, take 4 from each of the B mains. Start 23 in our 30-lap feature. Drivers are ready to cut it loose out of turn number 4. Just waiting for that pace truck to get out of the way. Shea Paulo on the throttle. Green flag in the air. Heat race number 1 underway. Paulo going to lead them through 1 and 2. Hessen is going to fall right into second, and Casey Miller right in behind that. Nathan Davis has lined himself up in fourth. Zegers, Hinker, and Sigmund. Hinker had a little bit of a problem going through 1 and 2, and he's going to go back to sixth place right there. Right now, we're going to keep our eyes on the 2 at the front. Could turn into a pretty tight battle right here. Shea Paulo, the 21 car, barely in front of Josh Hessen. Hessen in the 118 machine, just stalking, it looks like to me, out of turn 2, closes up about a half a car. Casey Miller a good distance back. He's got Nathan Davis up the inside of him, down into 3 and 4. Can Davis find some grip off the bottom? Take the spot away? Yes, he can. Move Nathan Davis into that transfer spot. Top 2 still nose to tail. Now 3rd and 4th with a little bit of a gap, about 1 second behind your 2 leaders. They are locked up nose to tail. 4 down, 6 to go. Miller found a little bit of fence, bent in the right rear corner, drops him back a couple of car lengths. We'll watch him down through 3 and 4. Your top 2 still in lockstep, nose to tail. Almost looks like they're drafting one another. There goes Hessen to the inside. Not going to make it happen that time. Coming around to 4 to go this time. Yeah, you're very welcome, Patrick. Sorry about that. Realized I had not turned the microphone all the way up, and sometimes, I'm an old man and things just happen. I can't say those things on the air out loud. I can think them in my head, though. All right, 3 to go this time. Still Paulo Hessen. Now Davis has asserted himself firmly into that 3rd spot. He has got about 0.6 of a second over Casey Miller. Hinker up to 5th, got around Doug Sigmund. Zegers a good distance back. Don't know what happened to the 389 car, but he is about half a track behind. Almost 3/4 of a track behind as we're inside 3 to go, down to 2 to go. Still Paulo trying to hang on, pick up the win. He can use every single point that he can muster tonight to try to catch Bueller, but Hessen really wanting to get that win. Not right there. Good run through the middle. Got right up underneath the back of the 21 car on the white flag lap. Had to check it up. That's going to open it up. And it looks like Shea Paulo is going to pick up the win in heat race 1. Josh Hessen in behind that. And Nathan Davis will be your final transfer car. We'll see Miller, Hinker, Sigmund, and Zegers in our B mains this evening. So we are 1 down and 4 to go in heat racing action. We had 32 cars, so we're going to have 2 7-car heat races. Heat race number 2 on the pole will be the 11 car of Shane Yates. You can see that's the Team 5 Motorsports machine. On the outside of him, the Catch Fence Apparel, Wicked Energy Gum, Elbows Up Simsport, number 79 from New Paris, Ohio, the Rowdy one, Billy Rowdy. On the inside of a row number 2 in the Ultimate Dirt TV Black Diamond Motorsports, number 54 from Ellington, Florida. It's going to be JB, John Batista, and on the outside of him, in the over-the-wall photography, Elbows Up Simsports, number 72 from Milford, Ohio, Jeff Stewart. 3rd row on the inside, the 01 of Nick Shamborn, and on the outside of him, the BAR Transport, number 63 from Muskegon, Michigan, Bill Coy. And rounding out the field in the back row by himself with Checkers and Records HRT Sim Racing, number 47 From Menominee, Wisconsin, Tim Christensen. 10 more laps, top 3, straight to our feature. Everybody else, B mains. Yates, Rowley. Rowley could use a win right here. Get him directly to the feature. Put him up front for the start of the feature. He can use every single point. Every single point that he can muster. Hello, Zane Scott. How we doing, buddy?
How's it going?
Man, I am here. Green flag is in the air. Heat race number 2 underway, and Shane Yates got a great jump, and he is going to lead everybody through turns 1 and 2. Rowley now has Batista up on the inside of him as they head down the backstretch for the first time into 3 and 4. Batista locked on the bottom. Rowley running the cushion at the top, trying to push that wider, maybe even make it taller, so he's got a lot more to lay on in the feature. He's going to settle into third. Jeff Stewart behind him, Nick Shamborn, Bill Coy, and Tim Christensen as we've completed 1. Looking to run down through 2.
Jeffrey Stewart looking to the bottom side of Billy Raleigh here out of turn number 4. They're going to be side by side. Raleigh's going to carry the momentum around the top side of the racetrack. Down as they dive in turn number 1, round lap number 3. 3 wide. That's the battle for third and fourth. That's the final transfer spot here. It's Jeff Stewart to the bottom. Billy Raleigh to the top side of the racetrack as Nick Shamborn looks in trace here, trying to get lucky as they come out of 4. Give it to Jeff Stewart this lap as we come almost halfway.
Not what Rowley needed. Contact in front of him. Shamborn got into Stewart right there. Rowley checked down. That's going to allow Christensen in the 47 machine to get around him. So Billy Rowley not having a great start to his night. He's already back to 6th into the heat race. That's going to relegate him to a pretty deep starting spot in the B main, but it is all Shane Yates as we are about to complete 5 of our scheduled 10 laps.
Look back to the bottom side there on the inside of Jeff Stewart. Didn't have enough. Jeff Stewart's going to keep the momentum through the middle side of the racetrack here. They're halfway home now as the battle for third is starting to heat up even more. Some random to the back to the bottom side of the racetrack. Slight contact with Stewart is going to push him up. Now into the picture is Tim Christensen as he's looking to the top side of the racetrack. Trying to carry the momentum now to the top out of turn number 4. Jeff Stewart's going to slide up. He's going to maintain the position as the battle for third is covered by a blanket.
Christensen staying on the top side, now starting to lose ground to Shamborn. He's got half a car inside the 72. Just too much momentum out of the top side, and now Stewart's got to slam the door in 3 and 4 to keep Nick Shamborn behind him. He's going to do so with 3 to go. Yates and Batista starting to check out about a second in front of these guys, and Yates is about a half a second in front of Batista as we're getting ready to come down to 2 to go.
2 laps to go for Shane Yates as the battle for third rages on. There's contact. Sabrone's going to slide up. He's going to hit Christensen. Open the door. 3 wide. Raleigh's going to get spun. Melee down the front straightaway and in there turn number 1. And Jeff Stewart's now comfortably in third place.
Not exactly what any of those guys were looking for, especially in third. We're coming to the white flag. Yates, Batista, Jeff Stewart solidly up there in third. Shamborn, great distance back now. He's got Christensen still on him. Bill Coy got around Rowley in that whole melee. But all of that is at the back as Shane Yates comes out of turn 4. He wins heat race number 2, and he'll take John Batista and Jeff Stewart into the feature. We'll see Shamborn, Christensen, Coy, and Billy Rowley into the B main, and Rowley needs a lot of help to make sure he gets into that feature tonight.
Better to go gambling in Las Vegas for Billy Raleigh here as he's going to need that help late in the race. But we're going to roll into heat race number 3 right here, right now. 10 laps the distance. Roger Wagner with the call on the lineup.
On a pole, the Lucas Oil Culver's GSR, number 07 from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, Ryan Bueller, your points leader. On the outside of him, the gray auto, number 06 of Ryland Gray. Row 2 on the inside, Noah Groves, the 37 car on the outside of him, the Bang Energy, number 35 of Damian Leininger. Row 3 on the inside, the Sugar Tit Moonshine, number 02 from Greenville, South Carolina, Shannon Wood. And to his outside, the 268 car, of Patrick Cowgill. 6 cars in this one. I think the rest of our heats, the next 3, will be 6-car heats. We had 32 drivers check in. The numbers work out as Noah Groves' car just flat disappeared off the lineup right there. A little blinky for the 21 car there, Zane. I don't know. Zane, there you are.
That is the case. We're going to have 6 cars in this heat race, though, so half of them are going to advance to the feature event. Cars to look out for here. Obviously, your points to Ryan Buehler on the front row, and to his outside is Rylan Gray in the 06. Rylan's fast, but he can be a little chaotic, kind of like Sheldon Haudenschild in real life. So it's going to be interesting to see if Rylan Gray can keep himself planted on the racetrack here. And then, of course, in that second row, you got to look out for Noah Graves and Damian Linger as they're going to try to make their moves here. Lininger is going to start one spot out of the tram spot, so he's going to try to ride that momentum here on the top side of the racetrack to get in on the first couple laps and then try to defend the rest of the field off to advance to the night's feature event.
Well, I'm sure the rest of the guys in that top 5 in the points are going, man, that guy's on the pole, and he makes it look very easy. Buehler starting right up front in this heat race, and every time we've seen him start up front, he has not failed to seal the deal. So he's on the throttle already. Big jump for him. Everybody's going to fall in line. Single file behind that through 1 and 2. Rylan Gray, Shannon Wood, Damian Leininger, Patrick Cowgill, and Noah Groves blinking in and out. Hard to tell where he's at exactly, but we're going to keep an eye on our front 3, 4, it looks like, as they're going to be very tight coming out of 2 to complete lap number 1.
Like a freight train going through the Midwest here, single file down through the field, but we do have a side-by-side battle here. That's for your third and final trail spot as Damian Lininger looks to the inside of Shannon Wood. Wood on the top side in turn 3 out of turn number 4. They're side-by-side at the line. You're going to be able to give it to Shannon Wood. He's going to hold off by a car length, but Lininger is still trying to make something work on the bottom side in 1 and 2. This time he's got the run. He will clear. Give Lininger the final transfer spot.
So Wood back to 4th, Cowgill in 5th, and Groves back to 6th, but it is all Ryan Buehler. Half a second in front of Rylan Gray now, and that gap sure to increase as they go along here. The best battle on the track, still that battle for the third and final direct transfer spot. Leininger's got it, Wood wants it, and he's going to move to the inside. Nothing doing this time by. We've completed 4 of our scheduled 10.
Lininger trying to hold off Wood here in 3rd place. We're almost halfway home when they get across the line again. Now, Ryan Buehler is checked out on the field, a full second ahead of Rylan Gray, who's got about an 0.8 of a second lead over Lininger in 3rd. And now Lininger's kind of pulling away from Wood here, trying to get some cushion built in between the two. We're officially halfway home, and Patrick Cowgill running in 5th.
Yeah, Leininger's starting to ease away from that 0-2 car of Shannon Wood. But Rylan Gray has gotten away from them, but he is not able to run down your leader, Ryan Buehler. Buehler just every time, like I said, he makes it look easier and easier each time out. So he's getting more and more comfortable with these dirt cars. Every single time I have seen him, it's just been a move forward every single week. He has worked harder and harder. And I don't know how much time he spends practicing, but however much time it is, it's worth every second of it because this guy is dominating all these series right now.
Absolutely so here in the Sim500 series as he's going to see the popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. All he's got to do is keep it out of the wall and straight, and he'll pick up the heat race win. Rylan Gray in 2nd comfortably, and in 3rd is Lininger, who's got about a second, almost a second lead now on Wood in 4th place. Lininger's got that transfer spot in the bag if he can just maintain it. No mistakes, runs the bomb side out turn 3 and 4. White flags in the air, though, for Ryan Buehler as he has got almost a whole straightaway lead over Rylan Gray.
An easy Sunday drive for Buehler. He's going to go into 3 and 4 the final time. He'll pick up the win here in this heat race. He's going to take Rylan Gray and Damian Leininger to the feature with him, and I'm sure Leininger is very excited not to have to work through a B main. I've seen him do that almost every single week since this series started. Wood, Cowgill, and Groves will be in the B mains as we get ready to head for our 4th of 5 heat races. Get these guys lined up on the front row. Zane Scott going to jump out of the booth. Going to go down and get into his late model car because he will be starting on our pole. The Herget Real Estate Doubles Up Sim Sport number 369 from Castalia, Ohio. Been here in the booth with me until just now. Zane Scott. And on the outside of him, his teammate, the Just Up Logistics Doubles Up Sim Sport number 25 from West Middlesex, Pennsylvania. Going to be Richie Preston. Row 2 on the inside, the CJ Automotive, Dizzy Motorsports number 21 from Nazareth, Pennsylvania, Nick Cohan. And on the outside of him in the Indy Race Parts, Hammerhead Sim Racing number 92 from Hobstadt, Indiana, Peyton Grease. 3rd row on the inside, 30 car of Tom Like. And on the outside of him, the GRP Wiggman IRAP number 617 from Fairview Heights, Illinois, Lance Keister. 6 cars, 10 more laps, half this field, the top 3. Going straight to our feature. We're going to see if our man in the 37 machine here can drive as fast as he talks. And I always enjoy having Zane in the booth with me. I was surprised to get the message asking if it was all right. He knows he doesn't ever have to ask me. All he's got to do is show up because he is fantastic up here in the booth. Made his debut, like I said, last night in the World of Outlaws series for iRacing. And made the feature on his very first time out. So big deal for him. Now let's see if he can pick up a win here. Heat race 4. Sim500 Dirt Division about to go green. There goes our pace truck into the infield. And Scott is on the throttle. Richie Preston with a little bit better start on the outside. We may see Preston have the lead coming out of 2. Scott just a little sideways. Also going to let Peyton Grease ease up there. Grease is actually in the 20 car, not the 92. Didn't see the 20 on the side of that. But he is going to fall into third. Preston, Scott, Grease, then Cohan, Tom Like, and Lance Keister in that order. These top 3 raced together plenty in the sprint cars, now doing it in the late models. And as per par for the course, they are all right on top of each other, all over one another, not trading any paint, keeping it clean but keeping it tight. As the 2 teammates battle for first and second. Preston has it on the outside right now. Scott trying to take it away. Not able to do it this time. 3 down, 7 to go. Out of turn 2. Watching the 20 car of Peyton Grease right now. He is hanging on to third. Keeping pretty tight with these guys. He's lost about 2 car lengths now, but he's got about 0.8 of a second over Nick Cohan in the 21. Cohan really would like to get up there and challenge for that direct transfer spot so he doesn't have to work through a B main. Gonna be tough to do. As quick as all these guys are, it looks like Grease now starting to reel back in. Our front 2 as we're halfway home in heat race number 4. Richie Preston able to hang on to the lead. He is keeping that car right through the middle now. Zane Scott just kind of following in his tire tracks. We'll see if Zane's got anything for Richie late in this one. Grease still third. Cohan a distant 4th now. He is losing time to the front 3. Tom Like right behind that, and it is a good distance back to 6th place. Lance Keister, you'll see I'm going to switch off of him when he hits the line. I'm going to go to the leaders. They were coming out of turn 2, so nearly half a track. This time they're going to come out of turn number 4. 2 to go signal given to the leader. He's got to keep it together for 8 more corners. Zane Scott starting to lose a little bit of touch with him now. Peyton Grease starting to fall back off of Scott, but the top 3 fairly safe as they've got nearly a second over 4th place Nick Cohan. White flag of that time by. One more time around for Richie Preston. See if he can win heat race number 4. Bring his teammate to the feature with him, Zane Scott. They're going to come out of 4, and they're going to do just that. Preston and Scott going to the feature. Peyton Grease is going to go with them in the 20 car, and we'll see Cohan, Alike, and Keister in one of our B mains. Those guys will be fighting for the last 4 spots in each one of those 2 races to get into our feature tonight. So we'll get ready to move on to our lineup for our 5th and final heat race. On the pole from Waverly, Nebraska in the 8 machine. I actually think that's going to be the 14 tonight. Cole Newhoffen. On the outside of him in the number 97, Full Moon Garage. From Hamburg, Pennsylvania, Robert Schaefer. Row 2 inside, Joel Reuter in the 20 machine. That blue and white car you see rolling off right there. And on the outside of him, in the Buddies Racing Equipment, TDC Race Team at number 43 from Oxford, Michigan, Reed Rundle. In the 3rd and final row in our final heat race, the 52 car of Kyle Benke. On the outside of him in the 12 car going to be Scott Simley. Nice run for you there, Mr. Scott. Needed more power.
I didn't know that the start was on the leader. I waited till the green came out. Allowed my teammate to get the jump.
We didn't make a big deal of that here. We really didn't. I don't think. Yeah, I'm kidding you, buddy. Hey, man, I wanted to tell you congratulations on getting into your first feature in the Pro Series last night. We did watch quite a bit of it while some of us were sitting around here racing, and you guys did a great job last night.
Yes, thank you. We made all 4 laps, but it was 4 great laps. So.
It doesn't matter. You made it in with some of the toughest competition on the service. That's what counts. Well, in my book, anyway. I know you want the points.
I just wanted to make the feature. I did that. So,
all right, man. We are getting ready to go green heat race. Number 5, Newhoffen and Schaefer off the front row. Why don't you get us started here, Mr. Scott?
Newhoffen, Schaefer, front row. They're going to pace through turns 3 here. In through the middle of 3 and 4. Pace truck lights off. It's going to pull to the infield here. The not Chevy Silverado truck. It's definitely a Chevy Silverado. Green's out, hammer down. Cole Newhoffen's got the jump over Robert Schaefer. They go down the straightaway. Side by side for third between Reed Rundle and Scott Simley, or Joe Reuter, my bad. As now Rundell's going to try to go to the high side, keep the momentum up there side by side on the back straightaway. Schaefer's looking on Newhoffen for the lead, but all eyes on third and fourth as they're side by side. Now out of turn 3 and out of 4, side by side still, but give it to Joe Reuter. He's got the spot.
Newhoffen settled into the lead with Schaefer right behind. Still a heated battle for that third spot. Joe Reuter's got it. Rundle, always quick everywhere the 43 car goes, and you know it's him with that orange and white. He is famous for that paint job on that car. Now falling back as Scott Simley found the wall out of turn 4 a little bit there, slowed him down. Kyle Benke was gone off my screen for quite a while, and he has settled into the 6th spot. We're going to come to the end of lap 3 with still Newhoffen, but now Schaefer looking to the high side as they come to the line. Newhoffen still got the spot.
Newhoffen slams the short door shut going into turn number 1. Now Schaefer looks to the inside. They're side by side. They almost touch. Newhoffen's going to be able to keep the momentum up on the top side of the racetrack as now after Schaefer showed the door, he's going to go take the line away as now Newhoffen's comfortably in the lead, and here comes Joe Reuter looking to the bottom side of Robert Schaefer. Down in the turn number 1, Reuter on the bottom side of the racetrack, Schaefer on the top. Schaefer's going to carry the momentum out of the exit of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Now Schaefer may set his sights on Cole Newhoffen, who's currently your race leaders are going to come halfway home here in heat race number 5.
Schaefer got a great run through the middle of 3 and 4, move to the inside. Newhoffen still holding the lead at the line, but there's Schaefer again. Just cannot get that car to bite forward coming out of the bottom of these corners. I think he's got something for Newhoffen. Just Newhoffen's got that preferred momentum line. Here comes Reuter on the high side with Schaefer trying the bottom. Joe Reuter tried to go to the top side. He may go 2 for 1 here just pretty quick. So he's got half a car on Schaefer heading into turn 3. We're going to come down to 3 to go, this time out of 4.
Closer than 2 Chevys parked at a Walmart. They ran side by side. They're down the front straightaway, but there no incident now. Here comes Reuter on Newhoffen into turn 1 and 2. Gives Newhoffen a little bit of bumper, gets him out of shape, and Newhoffen's going to be able to keep the car underneath him and drive down the turn 3 and 4 with the lead. Here comes Newhoffen now. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air for Newhoffen as Joe Reuter is going to try to make his move here to the bottom side of Newhoffen. He's got his nose there, but Newhoffen's got the momentum on the top side of the racetrack down the back straightaway, is able to maintain the spot. White flag in the air as the top 3 are comfortably far, far ahead of 4th, and it's all on the eyes for the lead here in the final lap.
Newhoffen running that momentum line at the top. Reuter doesn't look like he's got anything to go, but Schaefer still trying to take second away. This time Newhoffen protects the slider line into 3 and 4, comes out on the high side. He'll win heat race 5. Reuter moved to the inside. He'll come home second. Schaefer is going to the feature with those 2. It'll be Rundle, Simley, and Benke in our B mains, and those are going to start right now. We'll have 2 B mains. We're going to take the top 4 from each one, put them in the A main. Everyone else will be done, and 8 cars are scheduled to be in this first 15-lap B main. Starting on the pole will be Casey Miller, the 05 car. To his outside, the 02 of Shannon Wood. Row 2 inside, 43 car. You just saw him in heat race number 5, Reed Rundle. And on the outside of him, the 47 of Tim Christensen. The 3rd row inside, Tom Like. On the outside of him, the 04 of Doug Sigmund. Row 4, Noah Groves, Kyle Benke. Both of those cars were blinking around in their heat races, so I'm hoping that we get to see them solid here because it might be interesting if they warp into one another, Zane.
Absolutely would, but we've also seen guys that blink out. They can go right through each other. Nothing happens to them. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if those guys get around each other and then what happens when they get around other cars in this field. Remember, top 4 are going to advance. We have scheduled 8 cars to start this year, so about half the field is going to advance to the feature, and it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. Or 4 are going to go to the feature. They run split B mains here.
Yeah, and it's going to make a 23-car field instead of 24 because we didn't have that sixth and final heat race. But still going to be, pretty big field of cars out here at Volusia for 30 laps. And this track looks like it is just steadily starting to get slicker and wider with each and every race that's on it.
Sorry, you're having some slight mic difficulties.
That's all right, buddy. It's all right. We're going to come down the backstretch. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're going green 15 times around, top 4. Moving from this race into the back 2, 3, 4 rows, 3, 4 rows, 4 rows. They'll have the inside in the last 4 rows of our feature. Is that, what'd you call it? The not Chevy Silverado pace truck is going to make a hard left. The green flag is going to come out. Casey Miller's going to get us started there off the front row, side by side, 3 rows deep as they go through 1 and 2 for the first time.
Down the back straightaway or side by side for the race lead here between Casey Miller and Reed Rundle on the bottom side. Rundle, Miller on the top. Miller's got the momentum, but they're still side by side as they go down the turn 1. Side by side for third as well between Twin Christensen and Shannon Wood. Christensen's got the spot. Wood went a little bit high and got into the 30 machine of Tom Lick, but they're able to keep it going as now the race for the lead still continues side by side at the line. It looked to be Reed Rundle. It was. Yes, give Rundle the lead on lap number 3.
By 0.00 seconds, Reed Rundle takes the lead. Now has it by a full car length headed into 3 and 4. He's going to stay on the bottom. Miller's going to run the top side. Does the momentum line have anything? Not that time by. Still Rundle in front, but Christensen now closing in on these two guys racing side by side. They're being very careful with one another, and that's allowing that 47 machine to close the gap. As we're coming down to complete the end of 4, we'll see who leads this lap. They're almost 3 wide. That time it looked like Miller had the spot, and he did. Again, 0-0-0 on the clock, separating first and second as they're 3 wide heading for turn 3.
If you didn't know the race was for the lead, the race is for the lead. They're almost 3 wide now out of turn number 4. Still Miller on the top, Rundle on the bottom, almost neck and neck. Rundle still got the lead here. We're not quite halfway, just before halfway home, and right now the 47 machine of Tom Christensen is just kind of laying in wait, waiting for one of the two from to make a mistake or for a door to open. He showed his nose a couple times, but backed off. A little bit further back in the field in 4th is Shannon Wood, comfortably in a transfer spot over the number 30 car of Tom Lick. So we'll keep an eye there if anything transpires, but obviously all the focus here is for the lead as they're side by side, and now Miller's looks like he's going to have a little bit of an advantage coming across complete lap 7.
Halfway home, B-Main number 1. Miller had the lead that time. Rundle was second, but now Christensen around the top side. He's starting to figure out. He just stays up top. That line is getting just a little bit quicker each lap on the exits of the corner, keeping the momentum up. Now he's got second away from Rundle. So move Rundle back to position 3. Shannon Wood still in 4th, but I think Tom Leake is starting to close that gap. It looks like the 30 car inching closer lap after lap. We may have to keep our eyes on this 4th and final transfer spot.
Tom Leck said it was time to boot, scoot, and boogie in a country bar. He's going now looking on the 4th spot, 4th and final transfer spot of Shannon Wood to the top side of the racetrack here on lap number 10 in turn 1 and 2. Like on the back bumper, he's going to show a nose. Got the momentum down the top side into turn number 3. Like on the top, Wood on the bottom. Out of turn number 4, Wood's going to slide up. They make contact. Rubbing doors. Give it to Tom Lake at the completion of lap number 10. He is in the 4th and final transfer spot.
5 to go that time. Miller, Christensen, Rundle, now Tom Light headed down the backstretch into 3 and 4. He has secured the 4th spot and a pretty good gap after the contact, and it got Wood out of shape. He has got about a second and a half now on him. If he can maintain that, he is going to go to the feature tonight. But Casey Miller maybe not done with battling for the win in this B-Main as Christensen's starting to creep in. We're 3 to go this time by.
Christensen now has got the momentum out of turn number 2 on the back straightaway, but he's going to lose a little bit off the turn as they run into turns 3 and 4. Only a couple more laps to go here for the front 2. They don't want to make a mistake here and cost themselves a chance at the A-main. Here comes Christensen to the bump side of the racetrack, slides up the racetrack. He's got the spot. Casey Miller goes over the cushion on the flat spot in turn 2, and that's going to give Christensen the lead comfortably here As a little bit further back, Like has now comfortably opened the gap on Shannon Wood for that fourth and final transfer spot here as they come to get the white flag.
Yeah. Final time around, Christensen, Miller, Rundle, now Tom Like. Easily ahead of Shannon Wood. If he can keep it right there, he's going to the A main tonight. But it looks like B main number 1 is going to finish up with Christensen, then Miller, Rundle, and Light going to the feature. Wood, Benke, Sigmund, and Groves. Thanks for showing up, guys. You can go ahead and put those in the trailer and take them on home. So 1B main in the books. What were you thinking there, sir?
I say 4 cars advance. We'll have 4 more from this next one. The guys here in the second B main, a lot to learn from the first one. We saw the bottom side is a viable option here. Will it go away halfway through this B main? Well, yet to be known. But the top side looks to be the third line right now here around the Volusia Speedway.
Yeah, lineup like this: 9 cars vying for 4 spots, 15 laps to get it done. Shamborn will be on the pole. Nick Cohan on the outside of that front row. Row 2 on the inside, Trevor Hinker, the 26 car. On the outside of him, the 268 of Patrick Cowgill. Third row inside, the 12, Scott Simley, the outside, Bill Coyne, the 63. And the fourth row, Lance Keister, the 617 car, right beside Daniel Zegers in the 389. And on your back row, a guy that needs more forward bite than anything right now, the 79 of Billy Rowley, and he needs to pick up at least 5 spots so he can put that yellow and black number 79 machine in the feature and not have to use a 0 as one of his drops for either series. We're going to have to keep our eye on Mr. Rowdy back there, Zane, and see what he's doing.
Absolutely. That's going to be the main eyes here, I think, in this B main. I'm going to have to step away here for a second. I accidentally turned my monitors off, and my triples have now gone to a single screen. So I'm going to work on that here while you call it the next B main.
Wow. We'll get that fixed. That'd be crazy. All right, B main number 2. They'll go around one more time behind the pace truck. We'll cut them loose. We will know who is in the feature. All 23 cars when we get done with this one here just shortly. Going to keep our eyes back at the back a little bit. 79 car Billy Rowley. Tough luck in his heat race. And he is going to start dead last in the final attempt to qualify into tonight's feature. All of his counterparts in that top 5 in the points race are all in except for that 21 car on the outside of front row, Nick Cohan, and he's in a pretty good spot to pick up one of those spots if he can just keep that orange machine facing forward, all 4 tires on the ground. We are underway. B main number 2, Shamborn, Cohan. And Shamborn got a great start. Looks like he is going to lead us through 1 and 2. Cohan fell into second, then Hinker. Now a big mess behind that. Simley has got 4th for the time being, but right behind him, Cowgill in the 268, and he goes around sideways. Rowley misses that. Billy Rowley caught a break right there. He is now up to 5th, and he is 1 spot away. He's got to pass the 12 car to ensure a spot in the A main. Zegers got through it. He is in 6th. Coy had a little piece of it, but he escapes into 7th. Keister and then the 268 car already to the infield. We've completed 2, and Nick Cohan down the inside trying to make a challenge for the lead on Shamborn. Shamborn went with the slider line. Cohan went to the bottom, and Cohan's got the drive off the corner. First car I've seen tonight have good drive like that out of the bottom of any corner. And Shamborn's got it locked in down there. He's got the lead that time by 3 down, 12 to go. Look at your 2 leaders still. Trevor Hinker, the 26 car in 3rd. Simley still in 4th. But Billy Rowley starting to close in a little bit at a time. He's going to need to move a little quicker than that. Laps check off pretty fast here if we don't catch cautions. Cohan now still battling for the lead. Can't clear Shamborn completely. That 21 car looking good on the bottom, but Shamborn's got the momentum off the top side still. Cohan at the line. Hinker just sitting back here in 3rd, waiting to see if anybody makes a mistake. Now Cohan locks in the deal with the slide job in 1 and 2, made Shamborn change his line. Shamborn can't do it off the slider line in 3 and 4, but he does get close. Still Cohan, Shamborn, Hinker, now Simley, and Simley's got company. He's within a car length. Here comes the rowdy one, Billy Rowley. 79 machine has to pass that car in front of him if he wants to run the A main tonight. Outside in line in 3 and 4. Got a good run. He's got the nose there. Now takes it straight to the bottom in 1 and 2. Slides across the nose. Does he have the grip to get away? Almost full car length going into 3. Simley went to the bottom. We'll see who's got it coming out of 4. This is your final transfer spot right here. It is the rowdy one, Billy Rowley, in possession. 8 down, 7 to go. Shamborn now off the top side has the lead by half a car over Cohan. Cohan still working the bottom now. Falls in line. Shamborn, Cohan, Hinker, 1, 2, 3, nose to tail. Billy Rowley is in closing the gap on the front 3 right now. He's picked up about 0.2 of a second the last time around. Looks like the top 3 are going to settle in. Just click the laps off. They know if they can stay right there, they're in the feature. Billy Rowley lost a little bit of time that time by. Just a tick, about a half a tenth. 4 to go this time out of 4. Still Shamborn, Cohan, Hinker, Rowley, your top 4. Shamborn got back around Cohan, and now he's starting to stretch it out. 3-4 car lengths. Everybody kind of moving to the top side. You see Bill Coy take the 63 machine into the infield. He'll be done for the evening. Rowley that time. Quickest car on the track by a full tenth. He's got 4th, and looks like he's going to probably be able to hang on to that without any mistakes these last 2 laps. As they pass the flag stand, 2 to go. The signal from the stand. Shamborn, Cohan, Hinker, Rowley. Rowley once again, quickest car on the track. That time by about half a tenth. A little faster than Cohan. Closing the gap, got it under a second. White flag in the air. Now Cohan back after Shamborn. That time, big mistake going into 1. Had to check the car down so he didn't slide out into the 01 machine. Looks like he's going to have to settle for second into this B-main, but that's a transfer spot to the feature. As Nick Shamborn will win B-main number 2. Cohan, Hinker, and the rowdy one, Billy Rowley, making the transfer to the A-main. And I'm sure Mr. Rowley is going to breathe a small sigh of relief right there. But now he knows his work is cut out for him. He's going to start 23rd in tonight's 30-lap feature. And everybody in the points is going to start in front of him. So quick warm-up for these guys. We'll see several of the cars out on track. Wait and see if anybody is willing to drop by, say hi. Otherwise, guys, I appreciate you all being in chat. Hope you've enjoyed the show this far. We've got 30 green flag laps on tap for you. 23 cars. Likes, shares, and follows, everybody. If you're on Facebook, doesn't matter where you're at, come over to the Dirt Racing Network. Give us a like, a share, a follow directly on the page. Say hi. If you're over on Twitch and YouTube, subscribe to the channel every time we go live. Quick practice session already over. You guys got a good look at the track to see where it's going to be for the feature. And if any of them were paying attention during those B mains, they know you got to be a little closer to the top than you do the bottom right now. So we get ready to run through our starting lineup. It'll be Shea Paulo on the pole with Shane Yates to his outside. Row 2 inside. Ryan Buell, your points leader on the outside of him, Richie Preston. The third row will be Cole Newhoffen on the inside and Joshua Hessen to the outside of that row. The fourth row, inside, John Batista. Outside, Rylan Gray. Row 5, our man in the booth up here, Mr. Zane Scott inside. Joe Reuter on his outside. Nathan Davis will start inside row 6 with Jeff Stewart on the outside of that. Inside row number 7, Damon Leininger. To his right, Peyton Grease. Row 8, Robert Schaefer on the inside, Tim Christensen on the outside. And the 9th row will be Nick Shamborn. You watched him win that last B-main back there just a few minutes ago with Casey Miller on the outside. The 10th row, Nick Cohan inside, Reed Rundle outside. Roy Levin, Trevor Hinker, and Tom Leake inside and out. And on the back row tonight, the rowdy one, Billy Rowley. We're going to keep an eye on him. And watch that 79 car, see what kind of progress he can make. He has got a lot of gaps to make up to catch that 7 car. Doesn't want to have to use up a free race here on a very poor score, but every time you get drop weeks, that can move you around in the points a lot. And Billy Rowley definitely not wanting to have to use those up on small numbers. He'd rather have to use them up on some of the bigger numbers. That'll close the gap for him. So lights off on the pace truck. Paulo, Yates, Bueller, Preston, Newhofen, Hessen, Batista, Gray, Zane Scott, Joe Reuter. Do not see that 20 car. So if the 20 car is not out there, then we're going to have 22 cars. And that means that Billy Rowley is 1 spot closer to his goal. I do not see the 20 machine of Joe Reuter out there. And they are about to drop the green flag out of turn number 4. So 22.
Green.
Pro late models, and the green flag is in the air. Sim500 Dirt Division. Pro late models from Volusia. Feature race underway. Contact Bueller and Yates. Bueller pushes the 11 car of Yates up the hill. That is going to open up the door, put Bueller to second. Here comes Newhofen in that 14 machine trying to work the bottom side. As Yates crossed back underneath Bueller, and he's going to go downstairs in 1 and 2, see if he can get some drive. He's got Shea Paulo kind of blocking him in, got the car out of shape, trying to stay out of him. That opens the door for John Batista. 3 wide through 3 and 4. Batista, Yates, Newhofen, bottom to top. They sort that back out to 2 wide as Batista lost grip on the exit of 4. 2 wide, 2 deep, and then it is a single file line of 2 cars behind that all the way back to 6th place Josh Hessen. As Rylan Gray now has gotten around Richie Preston and Jeff Stewart, and he's got himself into 7th. Nathan Davis is 11th behind the 20 car of Peyton Grease. And some of the old familiar faces starting to assert themselves early in this one. New leader Ryan Bueller went around the top side, took the spot away from Paulo. Newhofen went with him. It's going to be Bueller, then Yates on the inside. Newhofen by a nose was in third as we catch our first caution. That could be the 37 car. Zane Scott, he had already taken the 37 in. Let's see if Tom Leake has an issue here. Billy Rowley there right behind him. Looks like Miller got into the fence. Leake come around. And I'm not seeing anything to bring. Oh, there it is. Billy Rowley and Tom Leake get together. And the 30 car, heavily damaged, now in the infield. So Reuter, Scott, and I believe the 30 car of Tom Leake are all going to be out of this. And we're going to be down to having 20 cars left in the feature. Bueller, Yates, Newhofen, Batista, Paulo, Hessen, Preston, Gray, Stewart, and not Joe Reuter in the top 10. That car is 23rd. Let me figure out exactly where. 10th place is actually Nathan Davis back here, this seafoam green and black number 36 machine. Lights should go off on the pace truck. They should form up 2 by 2 right here. We're getting ready to go back to green with Bueller and Yates on the front row. Then Newhofen and Batista. And Paulo and Hessen. The first 3 rows. Yeah, it looks like 30 car. Very damaged. He is not going to return, and that one's Zane Scott. Does not look like he is going to have the 37 car back on track. 25 laps remain. 20 cars still on the track. We're checking in on Billy Rowley in the 79 car in 17th as the green flag back out And Bueller got a great jump. Got it single file before turn 1 on Yates. Side by side behind that, Batista and Newhofen. That's your battle for third. Newhofen, the 14 car, goes way up top. Yates, a little out of shape, allowed Batista to close up. Batista had to check up because of it, and that is going to let Newhofen take that 14 car around to the top side. And he had third for just a second, but here comes Batista back on the bottom, following Yates through 3 and 4. This time moves up a little in case of the same mistake by the 11 car. Didn't happen. Bueller, Yates, 1-2, side by side for third. Newhofen on the outside, Batista on the inside. Behind that, Paulo and Hessen side by side, 5th and 6th. Preston and Gray now going to be side by side for 7th and 8th, 9th and 10th. Schaefer and Davis. So a lot of side by side battles inside your top 10 here. Great racing all over the place. Top and bottom lines able to be just about equally as quick. We're seeing Shea Paulo, the 21 car, start to slide back. His teammate, Richie Preston, now has gotten around him into 6th. And it's 3 wide, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And Davis gets a little bit sideways off the left door. The right door of Robert Schaefer got into his left door, turned him a little sideways. So Schaefer is going to pull ahead to 8th. Then Gray and Davis still 9th and 10th. Will go back to the front. Bueller holding about 5-6 car lengths over Yates. Still a side-by-side battle for third, Newhofen and Batista. Newhofen up top in the 14 car, Batista the 54 on to the bottom. Seems like these two have been side-by-side since we dropped the green flag tonight. And now Batista, 3/4 of a car ahead heading into 3 and 4. If he can find some bite out of the bottom of turn 4, maybe he can clear, get sideways. That allows Newhofen to make up every bit of that ground. Getting right back ahead. Newhofen was third at the line. Batista. Hessen's 5th. Preston 6th. Schaefer, Paulo, Grease, and Cohan. I am seeing Davis's car back to 15th. Billy Rowley is 18th. Making almost 19th. He is stuck back here in the back. Got damage on the right side of that car. Pretty heavy damage, as he is having trouble with the 79 machine, and he is running in the 19th position. Damian Leininger took the 35 car to the infield, so only 19 cars out here running still. Ryan Bueller out in front of Shane Yates, Cole Newhofen, and John Batista. Now Josh Hessen trying to get in there as Yates got a little out of shape, and Newhofen got right up under the backside of him. Batista maybe dropping back to the 5th position as Hessen got a run on the outside and got that door closed on him by the 14 car of Newhofen. Yates now running a little bit of a diamond type of line through 3 and 4. Taking the car in high and then cutting it down to the bottom to try to use what is left of the moisture on the exit. Hessen made a good bid for third right there, but too much momentum for Newhofen. Still Bueller, Yates, Newhofen, then Hessen in 4th. Batista is 5th, and Richie Preston closing in with Robert Schaefer, the 97 car, right behind him. That's 7th place. Shea Paulo's in 8th. Jeff Stewart 9th. Nick Cohan now up to 10th. We watch Cohan in the second B main. He started pretty deep in this field, somewhere around 20th, and he is now up to the 10th position. Tim Christensen, Peyton Grease, Trevor Hinker, Rylan Gray, and Nathan Davis, 14th and 15th. But the battle for the lead's going to start to heat up here pretty quick. Yates is closing the gap, and so is Newhofen and Hessen. So the top 4 on the screen, and they are in pretty tight quarters. I think Newhofen might be a little quicker than Yates, but Yates has got that perfect line. He's able to keep him in behind. He gets away in 2. Closes the gap just a little and then loses some space going into 3 to Bueller. And every time it looks like he makes a little bit of a run, it looks like Bueller turns the wick up just a little bit on that 7 car and he pulls away again. Down to 9 laps to go. Time running out quickly. Bueller running the slider line in 3 and 4, and he's keeping about 3.5 tenths. Here comes Newhoffen. Goes right through the left side of the 11 car, and the 11 car up against the outside wall. Now watch. This is out of 3 and 4. Yates is on the bottom. Newhoffen crosses him over right here. Yates was going to close the door. Newhoffen was committed to the line, and he goes up and gets into the 11, and then Hessen gets into him as well. And it took just a moment for that caution to fall. Everybody kind of weaving and dodging around, but you can see how much damage is on that 11 machine, and he is going to roll that thing right into the pits. So Bueller, Newhoffen, Hessen, Batista, Preston, Schaefer, Stewart, Cohan, Christensen, and Paulo, your top 10. Be 7 laps to go when we get the green. This thing has gone by very quickly. A lot of green flag racing. Take a quick look. 11th, Peyton Grease. Trevor Hinker in 12th. Reed Rundle, Rylan Gray, Nathan Davis 15th. Nick Shamborn, Billy Riley 17th. Casey Miller 18th. And Shane Yates has scored 19th, but that car in the infield heavily damaged. So 18 cars still on track. Get ready to double these guys up 2 by 2 once again. Actually, inside 10. I forgot that inside 10 we go to single file. I see damage on the front end. The front valence gone off the 118 car. So we'll see if that affects Hessen for the rest of this one. Go back to the front of the field. Green out of 4. 7 to go. Still Ryan Bueller, and he got a big start right there. But the top 5 were ready for it. And as soon as the guy in front went, all of them jacked on it, and they are right behind him. Newhoffen just needs a couple of laps to get that car wound up. He's got the top side rolling pretty good here. We'll see if he can do anything with Ryan Bueller. Josh Hessen still battling for third. He's got Batista down the inside. Now Preston and Schaefer right in behind that. And Batista's got a good run out of the bottom of turn 2. Move him ahead of the 118, headed into 3. See what he can do coming out of turn 4. This time not going to do it as Hessen's going to hold on. And Preston going to crawl right in behind and try to move him up to the top. 3 wide out of 2. Batista, Preston, and Hessen bottom to top right there. This a battle for the 3rd spot. Great battle between these 4 cars as Schaefer right in the middle of this as well. Looks like Bueller's making the bottom work, and he's able to hold off Cole Newhoffen on the top. We're watching 3rd place, and every time Batista inches ahead, when we come out of 3 and 4, Hessen's got a big head of steam. And he didn't get it that time. It looks like Newhoffen might be getting just a little bit closer. 2.5 laps to go. If he's going to do anything, he's got to go now. And caution. Got a feeling the 79 car might have been in this. Shamborn in 3 and 4. Rowley just looks like that car is just broken. Maybe that wasn't our caution. That was not the caution. Peyton Grease is going to be the reason for our caution. 20 car back here. Let's go back and watch this. Billy Rowley just took the 79 in here. Grease goes down the corner, gets a little bit of help. Trevor Hinker right up under the back. Then Rylan Gray right up under the back. Jacked that 20 car all up. You can see damage all around that car. So we should get a green-white checker. Things getting interesting here at the end. We'll see if Bueller can get another one of those great starts. Yeah, that was a pretty tough break there, Shane. All right, lights will go off on the pace truck this time. Trying to figure out if we're single file or double file here. I think some of the drivers still trying to figure it out. Single file we're going to be. So a 2-lap shootout green-white checker for the finish. Bueller, Newhoffen, Batista, Hessen, Preston, your top 5. Bueller tried to get the big jump, but Newhoffen was pretty much ready for that, and we'll see what he can do. 2 laps to go right there. Off of the top side, not enough momentum for the 14 car. Bueller finding something down here on the bottom late into this race. As he comes out of turn 4, white flag in the air. One more time around. If Newhoffen's going to do anything, it has to be down here in 3 and 4, and he is nowhere near close enough. It looks like Ryan Bueller is going to pick up another win in the series and extend the points lead further. Cole Newhoffen and John Batista going to finish behind him in 2nd and 3rd. And Robert Schaefer around Richie Preston and Josh Hessen picks up 4th. Preston into that 5th finishing spot. So we'll get the guys around on the front stretch. See if we can get cars parked. Well, Mr. Bueller already took his off track, so Mr. Batista, and then we'll get Mr. Newhoffen to come around. Backwards, apparently. Yeah, we'll stop him right there. We'll get down here. Yep, John Batista. We'll get these side graphics off. We'll wait for the guys to join us. There's Batista. I can't move these guys. John Batista, you got a copy. Hello.
Hey, Roger.
Hey, buddy. There you are, man. Pretty good run for you tonight in these big, heavy body cars, man. Talk to us about that feature.
Yeah, qualifying went decent for me for once. I felt pretty decent in the heat, and I like to stick to the bottom in these cars. I feel way comfortable running the bottom versus the top, and I ran the top a little bit in the middle of the race, and I just wasn't any good up there. So I went back down to the bottom, and didn't really feel like it went away at all for me. I could keep right up with Cole down there. Honestly, I wish we would have had another 2 or 3 laps. I think I could have at least gotten to Cole, and if we even had a double file restart at the end like we were originally planning to, that would have been really good for me. I think I could have got second. But those 2 up there were running really consistent laps, so I really had to string together some perfect laps on the bottom to even get to them in the first place.
Yeah, it looked like the bottom really kind of came in at the end of that run. We saw Bueller go to the bottom there. You were able to make up some ground, obviously, but the long green flag run in the middle, you kind of got mired 2x2 racing with Newhoffen, and I think that cost you guys both a little bit of time. What do you think?
Yeah, towards the middle, it kind of felt like the bottom went away, so I tried to run in the middle, and it didn't work. Richie got to me, and from there it's just playing a little damage control until I could get back down to the bottom until we got to the next restart, and from there I knew I had to hold the bottom.
Well, still an excellent run, man. You come home on the podium in this group in a car that I know you're not super familiar and proficient with. That's a fantastic run for you. Who's helping you out each week?
Yeah, I just want to thank Nate Davis for participating tonight. Glad to see him in the late models. Thanks for Nick for putting this deal on. Thank you for broadcasting for us, and I will see you tomorrow for the Wednesday Night Warriors. Wait, that season's over.
Yeah, that season's over. We're still probably going to try to host something, man, and we got a couple of big announcements to make with that series, so A lot going on there, man. But we appreciate.
I'll see you for something.
All right, man. We appreciate you taking the time to chat with us, and I will see you tomorrow, buddy.
Yep. See you later.
All right, let's move on to our second place finisher tonight, Cole Newhoffen. You there?
Yeah.
Well, a great run, man. You come out. We don't often see you in these big body cars like this, but you bring that 14 car around. You finish second. You challenged up front for a long time there, and then late in the race, Mr. Bueller found something, was able to stave you off. Tell us about the feature and how tough it was to find grip out there.
I felt like I just stayed around the top, like just singing the top. I feel like that was the faster line after a while, just building up the momentum. But the restart just killed the momentum I was able to gain. Like those cautions, I didn't want them to come out because I get so much more momentum than him, and I could get right to his back bumper. Then it seemed like as soon as I got to his bumper, every time it was yellow. So, yeah, I guess I used my fenders once, but he was kind of blocking me. I just kind of sent it a little bit. I watched too much of the late model Pro Series, and I guess I kind of took it for granted. So sorry to that guy, but yeah, it was a pretty good race. Otherwise, just running the top pretty well.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about you having good runs there in the middle part of the race and catching Yates, and it looked like he was just running a line and was able to cover all that. And then you talked about the incident down in 1 and 2, and like I said, we don't see you often in these cars. What propels you to come in and run these races with these guys in something that I know you're not 100% comfortable in?
Oh, they're fun. I mean, I'd race them more if I knew how to set them up, but I just have no idea. I'm a sprint car guy, so I like running them. Like fix-up stuff's pretty much my only thing. I used to run them all the time, but yeah, they're just a different animal. It's harder to find grip in these whereas sprint cars, but they're a lot of fun. But I like the super late models better, but these are pretty cool too.
All right, man. Well, give us your shout-outs, your thank yous, and we'll let you head out and celebrate, buddy.
I don't run these enough, so I don't have a paint for them, but it's like take my sponsors, Maverick Simulations for the wheel and the wing slider for the sprint car stuff. Obviously not this stuff, but yeah, just thank him a bunch. He supported me a lot for the Pro Series and all that. And Wicked Cushion, as well as Paint by Tin Can for making all my paints. He hasn't made a late model one yet, so I might put that on his list, but he'll probably kill me if I ask for another one. So yeah, just thank him, Wicked Cushion. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And you for broadcasting, and Sim500 for putting this deal on.
All right, man. Well, like I said, thanks for chatting with us. We look forward to seeing you in some of the other cars as the weeks go by, buddy.
Thanks.
Your second place finisher, Cole Newhoffen. And we'll move on to the man of the hour. And, man, it seems like I talk to him all the time in here about winning these races. Ryan Bueller, you there, buddy? Hey, Ryan, are you with me, sir?
Yes. Hey, sorry.
Hey, there he is. There he is. Now you can hear me. Well, man, I was saying I think I talk to you just about every week in here, winning the race, finishing on the podium, and you are extending your points lead pretty proficiently. Talk to us about this feature tonight.
Yeah, car was feeling pretty good. I just was trying to figure out where the best line was. I was a little bit loose off the corner with the setup, but just had to hit the marks, not overdrive the car, and take off and see how it go.
Well, I am sure that all of the guys chasing you in the points are sad to see you pick up another win. But early in the run, watching you run the top, and then at the end there, you moved all the way down. And was that just to protect the line, or did you really see something on the bottom that you knew you'd be able to maintain your momentum down there?
I just felt like I was going to lose too much momentum there on the top, so I just wasn't sure. And it's running the top like that, if anybody's running close on you, it opens up for the slider. So I figured if I was gonna give them the bottom, or if I was gonna run the bottom, their only way is to go around me pretty cleanly if I hug the bottom. So I wanted to make them work for it if they were gonna get past me.
Well, a fantastic race. You pick up another win, man. Who do you have to give shout-outs to before we let you celebrate, sir?
Yeah, I got to thank Ryko Motorsports and Buck Kicker for making this all happen.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and I look forward to seeing you back in the sprint cars next week, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Your winner tonight, Ryan Bueller. Going to extend his points lead for sure. Let's go on and check out the Real Deal Graphics final results. Bueller wins it. Newhoffen was second. John Batista in third. Robert Schaefer fourth. Richie Preston comes home fifth. Josh Hessen in the sixth spot. Cohan is seventh. Jeff Stewart eighth. Tim Christensen finishes ninth. Trevor Hinker in 10th. Reed Rundle was the 11th. Shea Paulo 12th. Nathan Davis in 13th. 14th goes to Rylan Gray. Casey Miller in 15th. Peyton Grease 16th. Nick Shamborn in the 17th spot. Billy Rowley 18th. Shane Yates 19th. Damian Leininger was 20th. Tom Leake in 21st. Zane Scott 22nd. And Joe Reuter in the 23rd spot. 18 down. Just a couple more to go in this crazy season with these guys. I have enjoyed this immensely, watching them do 2 different mods and bring the points together. It has been a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what they do next season. I want to shout out really big to my man Zane Scott for joining me in the booth, man. It is always a pleasure, and you don't ever have to ask me to come join me. You just show up and start talking, and I'll know you're there. I'm sure the fans enjoyed it too. That is going to do it for us here tonight. No other shows are scheduled this week. Doesn't mean we won't have a pop-up show, maybe over the weekend or something. But right now, nothing scheduled until Sunday. NDRA and then Hales Corners, back-to-back shows. So 3 shows on Sunday. And then we kick back off. Dirt Slingers on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll slip these guys back in here again next Tuesday. So 8 shows, 5 days, starting again on Sunday, the 15th. We look forward to seeing everybody then. If you haven't done it already, like, share, and follow. Subscribe to us on YouTube and Twitch. Going to sign off by saying, guys, keep it dirty until we see you the next time.